Estate Matters. I'm Amit, your host, bringing you a wealth of expertise as a realtor, real estate investor, and coach. In this podcast series, we are embarking on an enlightening journey through the complex world of real estate. Each episode is carefully put together to equip you with the knowledge and insights necessary to make confident decisions in real estate. So whether you're a first-time home buyer, an experienced investor, or just intrigued by the dynamics of real estate, join me and my special guest in each episode as we explore crucial topics, share valuable tips, and embark on a journey towards financial gains through real estate. So let's start to navigate the exciting world of real estate together. Hello and good afternoon. Welcome to this very special podcast episode of Real Estate Matters. And the whole intention of me starting this podcast was to educate, was to give you information about how critical pieces of elements of real estate come together and how you, as an investor, as a home buyer or a seller, make sure that you are basically taking care of all the aspects when you're making these decisions. Because as you know, for a lot of people, buying real estate is a huge decision. It is something that involves, it's probably one of the biggest financial decisions in your life. And once you start this process, once you are on this path of creating this financial freedom for yourself through investments, or getting into your own home, buying your first home or second home or third home, you will see that there are many moving parts to this whole world of real estate. And that's where my role comes in as an educator, as an informer, as a person who gives you updates about what's happening in the real estate market and how your decisions can be more informed and based on actual information that is true and will help you to make the right decisions. So welcome to the podcast, Real Estate Matters. My name is Amit Ambegaonkar. I'm a real estate agent and I serve primarily in the GTA, Greater Toronto area. And I have connections all over Ontario. If you want to buy in Canada, anywhere in Ontario, I am your resource. So let's start with the topic for today. Today is the topic that I'm covering is the 3 keys to building real estate in this market. Okay, so what is it that you can do? What is it that you can do in order to not only just dive into this market head on, but dive into this market with an understanding of what needs to happen in your life, what needs to happen in terms of your numbers, what needs to happen in terms of the market in order for you to take that step, in order for you to start exploring your option of getting into real estate. So as I was thinking about this topic, I actually came up with 3 dazzling points. And if you don't have these 3 dazzling points in alignment, then you will see that people will struggle, or even if they buy real estate, they will end up in regret because they did not consider these 3 aspects before buying. Okay, so let's go over this one by one. But in the meantime, I just want to let you know, if you are listening to this live and if you are listening to this as a recording, if you have any questions, make sure that you put a comment in the chat and share this video, because a lot of people need this knowledge, need this education in order to make their decisions in real estate. And that's where this information becomes very critical. And they will thank you for sharing this information because they are going to get nuggets. They're going to get some things that they did not know previous to this conversation. Now they're equipped with that knowledge. Okay, so make sure that you share, like, comment on this particular post wherever you're watching me right now. Make sure that you do that. And let's dive into the 3 key areas that you must know in this particular environment, how you can come out as a success in the real estate. Okay. So let's start with the first one. The first thing I have is understanding the market, which is really the key to understanding not only just where we are in terms of the current market, but the factors that affect the market. So if you look at what has been happening in the last 2-3 years, you will get data, you will get analysis of how we landed in this particular high interest rate environment. Now, the best part about this is that everybody can talk about the past. Oh, this happened and this story happened, and because of this we are here. That's perfect. That's all well and good. But there is no one that can guarantee you what the interest rate is going to be after after 2 months, after 3 months, next year. No one can guarantee you that. It's basically based on an analysis that has always happened in the past. Okay, so your job as a real estate buyer or seller or investor is always to make the best decision from the knowledge that you have. Gain your knowledge, gain your expertise from the knowledge of experts, so that you can make that decision whether this is the right time for you in order to make that decision to buy. Now, one of the key things that I want to emphasize here is understanding the market. I'm going to explain to you how it works in the current market and what's happening right now, as I'm seeing different statistics, different analysis that is done by different experts, and what is the projected changes that are coming. Okay, so one of the key things that that we need to address right before we get into any depth of conversation is the interest rates. And you will see that interest rates have been the talk of the town for nearly a year now. And just the recent drop of 0.25% also created that hope in people's mind that yes, the interest rates are going to go down eventually after waiting for such a long time. Now, what I want you to analyze, and this is where really your piece comes in, what you need to analyze that 0.25 drop in interest rate, what did that actually do for you? So what I want you to do is, as an exercise, is take this property that you have in mind. Let's say that property is $1 million. Okay, take that property into consideration. Work the actual numbers. And by the way, if you don't have the numbers, get it out to my website, amitrealestateteam.com, and you will find the calculator there that will do the calculations for you as to what your monthly payments is going to be. If you're a first-time home buyer, what your advantages are and all that. So just head on there to calculate those numbers. Okay. So anyway, so once you find that number, now you're going to tweak around with what is the change in the monthly payment that is going to happen when you drop that interest rate by 0.25%. Okay, so that's the total amount that we're talking about on a monthly basis. It could be $50, it could be $500. It all depends on the value of the home that you're looking at. Okay, so that's an important factor for you to start with. Now, the next point that you need to consider is if you wait for that interest rates to drop, which, like I said before, nobody can guarantee when that's going to happen, if that's going to happen, or how much that's going to happen. It's just left to the in the dark as to when that is going to happen. But I need you to look at what's going to be the scenario if the property prices rises to a certain dollar amount. Okay, right now, as you see, the property prices are at a certain level. However, what happens is as in any economics, it's always the supply and the demand. So if you get started with what's the supply right now, maybe sellers are holding back, maybe buyers are holding back because they want that stable market. So what's happening is the demand right now is not as much as it was maybe 2-3 years ago. Okay. However, the best part about this for you to understand is the prices are still under control. Okay, I wouldn't say it's any lower, because if you go to certain prime locations, there are biddings going on. Like I'm dealing with some bidding wars even right now, working with some of my clients. So it depends on the neighborhood. It depends on what type of properties you're targeting. You will see that there are actually bidding wars happening even in this crazy market right now. So you need to look at, if you wait too long, if you just keep waiting for that interest rates to drop, what's going to happen to your projected property value? So if you're going to save maybe another 0.25 on your interest, but if you end up paying more for your property, again, that could be 10,000, 20,000, 100,000, because you waited too long, that mortgage that you're going to carry for an extra 20, 30, 40, 100K is going to be there with you for the entire tenure of your mortgage. So you really need to look at the dollar number and then decide for yourself whether you want to get into the market now or you've decided to wait. Now, of course, if you are confused about this, and it is a lot of numbers, so if you don't like numbers, or if you don't like to deal with this, or you don't know exactly how to calculate that, get in touch with me, and I have a special calculator that I can share with you that will give you an analysis of two different scenarios. Like if you wait for a certain period and if the property goes up, and if it does not go, there are quite scenarios that we can run, and I can give you that just to share that information with you. But the important thing is for you to understand the difference. Don't go by just the idea that, oh, you know what, I think I'm just going to wait because I'm waiting for the interest rates to drop. Because the moment the interest rate drop, and you probably saw that with the initial rate drop of 0.25%, that the demand has already started to increase. Like I'm looking at the Toronto Real Estate Board numbers, and I already see that increase happening. The number of properties that are being listed is more, the sales that are happening are more, and I can share that all percentages and all with you if you want. But the important thing is it is on the rise. The sales are on the rise, the number of listings are on the rise. So the demand, we've already seen that change with this small drop of 0.25%. So imagine if this drop continues, the prices are going to go up higher and higher. And at what point are you going to decide that this is the point where I'm going to just say, you know what, that's it, I'm going to start to look for a property, or I'm going to buy a property when the interest rates drop at this level? Okay, so you need to start thinking in that direction and not be blinded by the fact that I'm just going to wait. You need to realize that there is some amount of loss that you might have if the prices go up for real estate. Okay, so that's understanding the market. That's the first thing that you need to do. And if you want that analysis that I just talked about, if you want me to work with you in terms of describing those scenarios, how will it affect your monthly payment, how will it affect your mortgage, then talk to me and I can share with you those different scenarios so that you're actually working with real numbers and not just some arbitrary news that you may come across. Okay, that's very, very key component for you to decide when you get into the market for buying real estate. Okay, the second one that I want to talk about, the second key in terms of buying real estate, and this is actually very important because this came up in a recent conversation with one of my client, that's why I realized that, oh my God, this is such an important piece for people to understand, which is the financing part. Okay, now believe me, this financing part is the key in real estate. There is no other thing that is more important than financing. And I'll tell you that there are many strategies for financing being done for real estate. You probably know that I have done some investments myself and understand the numbers and how to calculate for any real estate property. But if you're looking at it as an home buyer, if you're looking to sell your property, those numbers are still important. So don't think that those numbers are only for people who are investing in 1, 2, or 10 properties in real estate. For me, it's not important. It's not the case. The financial obligations that you sign up for are with you for a very, very long time. So you really need to explore what those options are. Now, once you understand your situation, once you know that you want to buy a house maybe 3 months, 6 months, 1 year down the road, you need to have a plan as to how you're going to execute in order to make that happen for yourself. And my role as a real estate agent, helping you as a coach, as a mentor, my role I see mainly as an educator, mainly as a coach. Okay, so I'm not just helping you buy real estate. That's definitely the end product. That's what will make you happy, and I know that. As I just had a closing yesterday. If you saw one of my video this morning, I had a closing yesterday, and I couldn't believe the amount of joy and pleasure that this client received after looking at their brand new home. Okay, it was just so spectacular. So anyway, so what I was talking to you about is the financial obligations. Now there are many different options for you in terms of financial options to mortgage a house. There are many options for you in terms of getting that down payment ready, because there are many costs associated, but also there are many things that you can get to help you with the down payment. Okay, there are many incentives that are available. There are government programs that are available, and depending on what scenario you are in, what situation you are in, I can guide you to what would be the best option for you to go into financing. And again, it's very important that you keep an open mind when you're looking at finances. It's not just important you speak to one person about it and get a fixed viewpoint that that's the thing that you have to go by, because there are many options. And once we get a chance to talk to you, and once I understand your scenario, I will be in a position to explain to you what are your financial options so that you can make the right choice. And again, there are many professionals that I work with. They are experts in terms of mortgages. I work with mortgage brokers, mortgage agents, people who are at the bank. So if you're dealing with a specific bank, I can help you with great connections that can actually help you to get the mortgage with the bank that you want. The important thing is we are working in your best interest. So don't get blocked by, oh, I'm only going to do this financing option and I'm going to wait till I have the entire 20% down payment ready with me, plus the closing cost, plus this, plus this. There are different options where you can get into real estate much sooner, much faster, without having that entire down payment ready with you. Okay. And what are those options? We'll get into that because it does depend into where you stand. It's not just one simple answer that I can share with you. I wish it was that simple that I can just share that with you. But there are many nuances. There are many things that are to be considered, which may or may not apply to your situation. And that's why I'm saying, book a call with me. Just connect with me through my website, amitrealestateteam.com, and book an appointment so we can have this one-on-one consultation, and I can guide you through the process of how you can get into your home and buy even in this crazy environment. Okay, so that's the second one. The third one that I want to talk to you about, which is also the key. And by the way, if you're listening right now to this video and you're getting some value, you're getting some nuggets out of the conversation, make sure that you like it, make sure that you share this post, and also make sure that you subscribe to my channels for YouTube and other social media channels so that you get up-to-date information about what's happening and you get lots of value from what I'm sharing with you. Okay. So the third thing that I want to talk to you about is the key piece. It's very unique, I find, about real estate. And that uniqueness I find in real estate is that you are not alone in real estate. You're basically working with a team, and these are professionals. These are very, very highly qualified and experts in their own field. And you get to work with them in order to help you get the house that you want or sell the house that you want, which is really a unique thing to do. Like generally when you try to do something, you're working by yourself, you're working with maybe one or two people. But here in real estate, when you're the buyer, when you're the seller, you're working with an entire team of professionals that is geared towards your success, because all of us who are on the team basically are working towards your success. What do you want to achieve? And that's really unique about real estate. Now, I have a special system where I do an analysis for every client that comes to me, and I figure out what they exactly want. What is it that they are looking for? And all my services, all my marketing, my approach to the seller, approach to the buyer is always geared towards that one thing. And once you understand what I offer, once you understand the array of services that I offer, and how I and my team actually make it possible for you to achieve that goal, you will understand why I'm so excited to be in real estate and why I'm able to help so many people get into their homes of their choice within their budget. That's a very important information that the team is the key. Okay? I am definitely emphasizing that because a lot of people think that I need I need to study all this by myself and then get into the world of real estate. That's actually not true. You can study how much ever you want. You definitely need that knowledge. But if you gain that knowledge from people who are in the trenches right now, that would be the best way to do it. If you are talking to me, if you're talking to my team, if you're talking to professionals on my team and getting that data from them directly, that's the best way of getting knowledge, because we are out in the field showing houses, buying properties, putting in offers, doing the negotiation on a daily basis. So I have a very good idea about what's happening in which market and what offers are working, what type of deals are great, what types of deals are not so good, even in the pre-construction. As you probably heard, there was a pre-construction company in Niagara that is not doing so good. So how do you deal with those problems? How do you know before you get into these markets that this particular property will do good? And there are several factors that affect it. And I will, before I suggest you any property, I will do that homework so that you are safeguarded. Again, are there guarantees? Unfortunately not, because it's a real estate world. There are always ups and downs. However, the best thing to do is to mitigate those risk factors. And that's my job. That's what I will do for you in order to give you or suggest you a specific project according to what you want. So if you don't have anybody specific on your real estate team, then let me know and I can help you with that as well. Now, the most important thing that we talked about was the three key areas. The first was understanding the market. What is the current market and how does it affect your decision to get into real estate? Second thing we talked about was the financing options. There are many financing options for you. It's not just a one thing for you to look at. And the third is the importance of team. So if you have anybody that's missing on your team, or if you want more team members that can help you get into real estate, it might be investors, it might be mortgage brokers, it might be home inspectors, it might be lawyers, whoever you need, I have them on my team. I have some very good connections that I share with you. So if you need help in that respect, please get in touch with me. So I hope these three keys of buying real estate in this crazy environment helped you today. If it did, make sure that you put in a like, put in a comment, share this video with your friends and family so that they also will get the benefit of today's session. If you have any questions, reach out to me at amit@amitrealestateteam.com, or you can also dial directly my cell phone, which I'm going to show you right here on the screen. It's 416-627-4007. And if you would like to email me, this is my email, amit@amitrealestateteam.com. Okay, so make sure that you share that question that you have burning in your mind with me so I can give you the right solution. But otherwise, I hope you have an amazing day and happy investing in real estate, happy buying real estate in this market. And also, if you have any questions about selling, get in touch with me so I can help you. Thank you and bye-bye.